Good morning. Happy Friday. I have decided that I will do Vlogmas videos when it feels right. Meaning if I feel like I have something to talk about. Like literally yesterday, it was a very heavy workload day. We have all of next week. So we have 5 days next week, but Wednesday we have our department holiday party. And I think Friday we're doing a potluck. Today we actually are doing like our winter celebration today at work. I don't know if I'm gonna make it because I do have state reporting I have to get most of the way done, because when we get back after break, those are going to be due, and I'm helping a couple other school districts with their information. And so I want to get as much done. So I just been like hunkering down, just working, and it was a slow like email day and a slow like calls and things like that. And so it just felt good to just kind of hunker down and get some work done. And so I'd started filming, but then also I was having a really, really, really bad allergy day yesterday. Today it's still a little bit residual, but it was so bad yesterday. So I was just sneezing and it was terrible. So really, besides working, I did go to the store after work, and I wanted to pick up some like my Kroger store. Fred Meyer was having a big like Christmas candy sale. It was very, very, very picked through, so I definitely waited too long to go. I think their ads go Tuesday to Monday or something like that, and so I think I did miss the boat a little bit, but I did get a few things. I may have bought a Christmas cup, so we'll show you that. Anyway, so it was just really literally there was like nothing to show you, and definitely nothing like holiday related. But I mean, I know you guys don't care, but it wasn't even like, wouldn't even have filled a whole like chatty vlog. So I don't want to put content in that just doesn't make sense. So I thought today I'd do a little get ready with me, and also I'll show you some of the stuff I picked up. They're just like some of my tried and true like things I throw in holiday gift baskets. So yeah. Anyway, so I am doing my skincare first. I already washed my face with my Derma E face wash, and sometimes I use the CeraVe. It's just whatever I have on hand. And now I'm going to put my serums on. So the first one I use is the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid. The next up is the Ordinary Niacinamide and Zinc. Then I do the Ordinary Multi-Peptide plus Copper Peptides. I used to use the Buffet, but I can no longer find that. And from what I was reading, this is kind of the alternative to that. So I use this one instead. This one is more expensive, but since using these products on the regular, I have noticed that the discoloration that I get right here on both sides, let me look and see how we're doing. Yeah, see, if I am using this on a regular basis, the discoloration goes away. Like I get these like kind of yellowish kind of, right, and for some reason it's right here and right here. I get it really, really bad. But when I'm using this, something in it is working. And then I am not sure if I'm gonna continue using this. I do notice this doesn't sink into my skin as well as the other one, but this one is cheaper. I get this one at Marshall's. This is the L'Oreal Day Cream Wrinkle Expert Retino Peptides. It's like a firming cream, anti-wrinkle firming cream. But the one that I really like is the number 7 Protect and Perfect, which I still have my night cream because I'm really bad about doing my night routine. But this one, it takes a long time to soak in my skin, and I can tell because it will, like when I add on my primer, it mixes with this and it makes these little balls on my face where the other one doesn't. So I think when I get done using this, I think I'm going to bite the bullet and just purchase the other one, because I mean, it lasts me a while, but so I'm going to let this kind of sink in. And then for my primer today, we're going to use the NYX Blur Screen. I need to get more of this because I'm almost out, but this is one of my favorite primers. Next up, my foundation, which I have changed a lot over the years. I have tried different ones as my skin has changed as I've gotten older. And I end up back to the same foundation. My favorite foundation is the Born This Way foundation, but by, I think, is it Too Faced? I don't remember. But Tarte, I don't know, but it's like $45, and I usually only purchase around this time of year when they're having sales, which I need to check on the sales at Ulta. But this is the one that seems to work the best on my skin. I feel like you have to like just find which foundation works the best. Now, back when I was younger, I used the Matte and Poreless because I did have a little bit more, not oily, but I had more of a combination skin. And the Matte and Poreless fit the best, but this is the dewy and smooth. So as I've gotten older, my skin is extremely dry, and I do 105 because I am very fair. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, and I prefer a makeup sponge rather than a makeup brush. I cannot get a makeup brush to work for my foundation. I am so annoyed with myself because I can hear it's raining outside, and I should have taken the trash down last night. I had planned on it, but instead I just kind of cleaned out my refrigerator. I cleaned out my freezer a little bit. I just went around the house and just gathered anything that I absolutely need to, broke down some boxes, all of that, and I thought I'll just do it in the morning. Speaking of, well, first let me show you what I'm using here. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. I only use the one side for the kind of contour. You guys, I did not wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I actually took my magnesium last night and it worked. Now, I did wake up bright and just wide awake at 4:30. So I don't know what's worse, waking up at 3 and having still 2 hours before you actually need to be up and having trouble falling back asleep, or waking up wide awake at 4:30 and knowing your alarm's going off in 30 minutes. But honestly, like when I woke up and I didn't even I just woke up, went to the bathroom, and then I felt so awake. So I just kind of laid there in my bed and looked where my husband was. So there's supposed to be a huge snowstorm hitting the California-Oregon border. Actually, it's supposed to hit all the mountains, which it won't affect us where I live because I'm at like 600 elevation. But it's supposed to hit all the mountains. And so luckily he got done yesterday. He has to take 10 hours off in between when he stops for one day and starts the next day for safety reasons, for truckers. And luckily he got done early enough yesterday where his early out time could be as early as 2 o'clock in the morning. And because I told him, I said, I am looking at the weather at the pass, and it looks to me like the snow is supposed to start hitting around 11 o'clock. And it's supposed to be just light snow at that point. So he left out at 2. So when I first woke up, I checked to see what the pass looked like, which it looks clear, and to see where he was at. So anyway, but yeah, it was nice. I just kind of laid there and just slowly woke up, and then I turned off my alarm. I didn't even wake up to my alarm. So it actually felt very good to not wake up to this blaring noise and be wide awake. I'm drinking my Belly Well probiotic fiber electrolyte drink. What else is in it? Collagen. This is the watermelon, which by far now is my favorite. I also did my 30-minute bike ride. So it is 6:16, and I did my nails this morning. 6:16, and I already did my bike ride, did my nails, drinking my fiber. I'm feeling very good, but it's raining, so I'm gonna have to make sure I put my sweatshirt on to take the trash down. And then before I start work, I will give you guys a little, show you just kind of like my tried and true, things that I like to put in people's gift baskets as far as candy. Haven't bought the actual gifts yet. I'm gonna go to Marshall's either today or tomorrow and do some of that shopping. But I'll show you that. I'll show you my new Christmas mug, and I will show you my newest Christmas sweatshirt because I'm gonna wear that today. I think this is Elf. It has completely worn off, even though I have not had it that long. I can't tell you the color, can't tell you nothing about it. I'm pretty sure this is the Elf whatever you call it, cream blush, which I never thought I would like a cream blush, but again, ever since my skin has got so dry, it's just like, it's the only thing that I can use. Also using a cream highlighter. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow in Champagne. This thing is messy though. I cannot stand how messy it is. Like I clean this part of it constantly and it just does not matter. Sometimes if I'm filming like a sit down video, I'll use the cream of the blush and the, contour and the highlight, but then I will go back and use my powdered stuff on top. It just kind of helps make it stand out under the lights. And then I use the e.l.f. HD powder in Soft Luminance. I also have it in just the regular, I don't even know what the regular is called because the bottom part's gone. But it's just like the white. I don't like, it's the matte. And I don't, like again, like matte just has stopped looking okay on me. I just don't like how the matte looks anymore. I was gonna show you guys this new, and I can't remember if I got it from Ulta or got it from Amazon. I will have to look to see. I feel like I got it from Amazon. But let me show you real quick the best makeup brush cleaner. I mean, the best. That is this stuff here, the No Rinse Makeup Melt. That's literally what it does. You just put a little bit of this in like a bowl. You just take your brushes, swirl, 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 take a towel, swipe, 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 and it's gone. So it's from Salon Perfect No Rinse Makeup Melt Brush Cleaner. I feel like I got it off of Amazon. I'm not sure though. Okay, we got that on. What next are we gonna do? Trying to figure out what we're gonna do for eyes today and which palette. I think I'm gonna use this palette. This is the Nude Ambition. And who is this from? Morphe. This is from Morphe. And here's what it looks like. This is why I don't make my bed when I get right out of bed. We talked about this making your bed thing. And I do, I have to wait until my dog is done with getting out of bed because he just destroys it. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this palette. And I have I'm really bad about cleaning my makeup brushes, you guys. Let me know, for those of you who wear makeup on a daily basis, do you clean your brushes like every day? Do you use a new brush every day? I probably should. I'm sure it's very bad for you to not, but honestly, like I can't be bothered to do that. I have like a towel on my lap and I just kind of clean the brush in between, but I do need to get better about cleaning them, that's for sure. Okay, oh my goodness, y'all, like I am seriously. Okay, this is not good. I just realized it's Friday the 13th. Things better go okay. I am not going to tell my husband it's Friday the 13th because he is more of a superstitious person when it comes to things like that. And he probably has not realized it yet because he hasn't had to put any dates down on anything. I realized why I don't use this palette very often, because the shimmer shades in it are so super, like the fallout is really bad, and it's just like I had to sit here and spend so much time getting it off my face. So now I'm going to use the NYX, this is actually a brow tint pen, but I like it to use it for eyeliner because I like the color of it, and then I like to use a brown, and this one actually is liner. It's just, I don't know, I just like the combination of the brown and the ash brown, because the ash brown is kind of closer to black, but it's without being black. And I just put a little bit along my lash line, but I'm not sure I like my eye makeup today. I'm not real happy with it. I shouldn't have used that palette. I kind of knew, I kept thinking, why do I not use this one? And I should have just stuck with my same ones, but oh well. Originally my husband was going to come home and time it to where he was going to get here around my lunchtime, but I told him, I said, I just have a bad feeling. Like, I really feel like you need to go early. I can just take some personal leave time for like 30 minutes. It'll only take me like 30 minutes to go down there and back, because it's only like 7 miles away. So it would literally take me 30 minutes at the most to drive down there, pick him up and come back. So, and since I'm not in the office today, this is gonna drive me crazy. Like yesterday, because of my allergies, I had to take my eye makeup off and put it back on twice because I was sneezing so bad. Okay, mascara, my favorite mascara. And mascara is another one of those things that I feel like I go through, like I try a ton. And I always come back to the same, and that's Tarte. So I do spend a little bit more money on mascara, and I like the Tarte tubing mascara. I use brown on my lower lashes, although I will use black. This comes in a brown black tube pack sometimes, especially around the holidays. Oh yeah, today's payday. I just got my notification that my paycheck went in the bank. Guess that's a good thing about Friday the 13th, right? Anyway, it comes in a 2-pack sometimes, and so I do like to kind of do a combination of black and brown on my top, and then I do just brown on the bottom. I just feel like black, at least on me, is just way too stark against my lashes, and I don't really have very long lashes, so the tubing stuff works really well. So yeah, so that's what I do. And if I'm doing like videos and stuff, like if I'm doing my makeup for videos, then I will do like lip liner and stuff and actual like lipstick sometimes. But what I do when I'm not, I have about 10 of these. They're all over the place. The NYX butter gloss, and I have them in like 8 different colors. And I love them. I have like 2 in my purse, my favorite colors, 1 in my work bag, 1 in my little thing at work. I have 1 in my office here. So I just have them everywhere. I just checked the passes and the snow is coming down. So I don't know. He may get stuck there at the border for a few hours today. I told him there's a truck stop that's like, I don't know, like an hour, I think, from the border. So I told him to let me know when he gets close to there, and I'll look at the roads and see how they look. But it's a little bit still dark, and so it's hard for me to see what it looks like right now. I am not loving my makeup today. I hate when I don't like it, because then it just bugs me all day. I just keep looking at it. And I look tired, even though I felt like I slept really good. Alrighty, we're gonna do the hair, and it is 6:40 right now, so I should be done in about 10 minutes. And I need to take the trash down and then I was gonna try to do my dishes, but I don't think I'll get those done. So then I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys the stuff I was gonna show you, and then start my work day. Alrighty, we are ready to go. I think it stopped raining, so I'm gonna get dressed real quick. It's 6:54. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sit down and show you guys some stuff and then start my work day. So no like really productive stuff this morning, that's for sure. I think since I did my nails and did my bike, and I just kind of went slow today getting ready, I kind of ran out of time, but that's okay. That is okay. So kind of bummed. They just shut down, well, my husband's, they didn't shut down the highway yet there at the border, but they did shut them down. So he's gonna get to, there's actually 2 truck stops, but there's one he probably cannot get to, and it's a little bit smaller one. It'll probably be full by the time he gets there. So he's gonna try the one truck stop that's about 50 miles from the border, and if that's full, then there's a rest area. But this one does have reserved parking, although I'll tell you what, like, truck drivers do not follow the reserved parking thing. So there's been times when we've reserved a spot just to make sure he had one, and he would get in there and almost all the reserves are filled up, but yet the website, only has
you know, it still says it has 20. And I've seen it tick down. So like when I've made a reservation, it literally ticks down. So the website's accurate. It's just the truck drivers just go park wherever they want. Now, my husband does say that most of these truck stops, the reserved lines are faded. So, but if anything, at least if he goes in there and we reserve one and he goes in there, they have to give him a spot. So whether they have somebody move who didn't pay, or they let him make his own parking spot, which some of them do that anyway. Some people they just park wherever. But so I'm super bummed, because otherwise, I mean, he may not even make it in until the weather breaks at some point over the weekend. So, oh, y'all, like we're actually already, I mean, I didn't want him to take this job to begin with, but I understood why he had to do it. His previous job was requiring them to do the EMT stuff, which he did sign up to do. And it was a requirement of the van drivers, and because they also rent ambulances out of the place that he had worked previously, and they were shorthanded on EMTs and paramedics, so they started making it a requirement, and they're paying for the schooling. However, I mean, my husband is older than me. He's 10 years older, and as he was going through the program, his health, he has Parkinson's. Now, it's not to the point where it's affecting his day-to-day life, and it's not to the point where it's mainly just like he gets the muscle fatigue, which causes the tremors. He does have slight tremors all the time, but they're real slight. But when he gets super tired or just has been working all day, it gets a lot worse. And as he was going through the EMT stuff, he also was noticing like some cognitive stuff going on, but not to the point where he, doesn't, it was just like it was harder for him to retain. And he was a paramedic years ago when he was younger, when he was a firefighter, because when he was a firefighter, they required them also to be paramedics, or maybe it was just EMT. I think it was just EMT. And they required them back then, but this was back in the 80s, 90s, so it's been a very long time, but he was also a lot younger back then. And so as he was going through there, he's just like, by the time I get done with this, because it was a year-long course, he goes, because our goal is for him to retire at 62 because of his health, because we just know eventually things are going, we just want to have that option. So that's why we're paying things off. That's why we're, getting our savings bulked up. And that was one of the reasons why he took this truck driving job, was for that reason, because, we can make twice the amount of money, literally double the money he was making at the ambulance place. So we made that decision when this opportunity came up. However, I have not been a fan of it because I don't want him to be gone. We have terrible winters, in parts of the state, not where I live typically, but around the state, there's terrible winters, and this kind of stuff happens, and I don't like it. And now we kind of like, I feel like that there's a couple things. I truly believe in signs, you guys, truly believe in signs. And I feel like two things happened that was kind of a sign. One of them's not a good thing. But to be a CDL driver, you have, depending on what type of CDL driver you are. So for over-the-road trucking, for his CDL driver, he has to have what they call a DOT certification, so medical card. Usually those are 2 years. You usually get every 2 years. The last 2 years, then you have to be by a certified DOT doctor has to do not doesn't have to be a doctor, it could be a nurse practitioner, but they have to be certified in DOT. So when you live in an area like mine that's not very large, there's only so many here. So we have like 2 facilities. Like his doctor's office doesn't have one yet. They're working on trying to either see if any of their physicians are willing to get certified or to hire certified, because they get a lot of requests. So we have 2 places here that we know of. I mean, there could be another one, but we've, looked it up, and we know of 2 places that do it. One of them is one of the larger medical, medical offices, urgent care, and then they do occupational health. The issue with that one is it's only Monday through Friday. The weekends is done through the urgent care if there is somebody who is certified. So it's kind of like a gamble. The other one, which is the one we prefer to go to, just because it's a lot quicker. The other one is so slow. Unless you are going to occupational health, then it's really quick. But if you have to go through the urgent care, super slow. And honestly, like that other one, is when you call them, I just feel like they don't hire very competent reception, and we've had issues with them before, especially like workers' comp stuff. They are terrible. Like, I feel like they don't do a lot of training, which is too bad, because your first impression of any place is the reception desk. And that's one thing that I think I really learned during my general manager training when I worked in a hotel. And it's like, that was our biggest thing, is this is your first point of contact, are your front desk people. Same thing with doctor's offices, any building, your first is that reception. And when you get terrible service, it kind of gives you a bad taste in your mouth. You know what I mean? So this other one, this is one we used to go to. Well, they almost always have a certified person, because they have 3 people that are certified. Oh no, she told me they were down to 2. So they have 2 people that are certified, and they kind of make, so pretty much 7 days a week, they always have somebody there through either their medical clinic or their urgent care. So we went through there. Well, the last time he went, and it wasn't at this one, it was at the other one, because he had to go for a job. So they actually paid for it and sent him to occupational health. And he, wasn't like over the road, so he was home. So he went through there. They only gave it to him for 1 year because of his tremors. So that's how, and then the one before that only gave him 1 year because of his medication he takes. So then when he just went 2 weeks ago, yes. So it was the weekend of Thanksgiving. So it was weekend after Thanksgiving he went, and because his card expired on December 1st. So he went, and she only gave it to him for 6 months because of his tremors. And even though it does not, they are not bad. Like, they are literally just like that. Like, it's not like the Parkinson's you see where people can't, he can walk. He doesn't have to use any kind of walking device. He doesn't have to, but it's literally just, this is how it is. And they both just do it. And like I said, it gets, when he's super tired, it may just get a little bit more kind of like this. But when he went in there, he hadn't done anything. His hands were literally just the normal, just like tremors. But, and she asked, and he said, yes, he has been diagnosed with Parkinson's, but he was diagnosed as, like, I think it's been 5 or 6 years now. And so that was very, it was kind of early onset is what they called it back then. But it's up to them. We are at the mercy of the practitioners. And she gave him 6 months. And I told him, I said, I think it's a sign. So then after that, he had a really bad day the other day. It was just such a cluster. They didn't know if they were going to get him home. It was just so bad. And I told him, I said, I honestly just don't know if I can do this anymore. He, just with all the breaking down, with all the not know if he's going to get home. And I just told him, I said, I don't like this. I don't like not knowing what's going to happen. I don't like you being out there, and not being able to get home for your 34 hours off. And I just and he's, he was very frustrated that day. And he goes, I think when I get home, I think I'm going to look for another job, because maybe you're right. That medical card was a sign. This was a sign. This was a sign. And then I open up the job search engine, and literally there was a wheelchair van driver, which is what he was before. He can't go back to his previous one. They would probably hire him back if he agreed to go back through the EMT school, but we just decided that wasn't he didn't leave on bad terms. But it was one of their competition in town, and literally had been posted 2 days before when I just happened to open it up. And because I was signed in on him, that's the first job that popped up. So I applied real quick for him. I told him, and then day before yesterday, Wednesday, he was stuck. Not really stuck. It was just they gave him 2 days to go, like 8 hours. And so he literally was sitting for an entire day. That's the other thing, is he's not making money when he's just sitting there for an entire day and not driving. And some of these jobs is what happens. So he's sitting there for an entire day. And so he called the place, because they sent you a little message that said, if you'd like to call us to give us more details on your skills and call us. So he called him. The guy he talked to the owner. He was very, very nice. Then he's like, normally my husband had told him, well, here's my background. And the guy was very impressed. He was like, oh, we won't have to do any training. We really like it. He said it was a great conversation, and he really felt like the guy would have hired him on the spot, but he wanted to meet him in person. And plus they make them do drug tests. He's like, will you do a drug test? Drug testing in our area, it's very hit and miss. I live in Oregon, where certain things are legalized. And also, even before it was legal, it was very heavy use in our area. And so drug testing is hit and miss in this area. So my husband's like, absolutely, you know, and he liked his background, his driving record's clear, all of that. The guy goes, well, I don't normally do any weekend interviews, but I can come in Saturday, because my husband thought he was going to be in. Now he doesn't look like it. And so the guy hasn't called him back yet. He's supposed to call him back with a time to meet on Saturday. But he doesn't have to leave out Monday if he even makes it in for his 34. He wouldn't have to leave out Monday until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So he could still meet with the guys. So, but I see that as a sign. Like, I feel like those are signs. So anyway, okay, I only have a few minutes. So let me show you the stuff that I picked up. One of them being this cute little Christmas mug, y'all. Like, do I have 23 Christmas mugs? 24 now. Yes. Did I need this one? Absolutely not. But could I leave the store without it? Absolutely not. So anyway, I love this mug. I think it is super cute. You guys know my gnome. Oh, so good. Okay, so there's that super cute mug. Here is my super cute sweater. You guys look. If you know, you know. Griswold, estimated 1989, Christmas tree farm, so cute. And you guys, this is like, I was so impressed. Like, usually when you buy these like holiday sweaters, they're not like the most highest quality, and this one is stitched, and it's a little oversized, so I would say true to size, because I like them a little oversized, and I love the color. So I will have this link down below. So stinking cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm running out of time. Okay, I think we'll have to pause, and I'm gonna have to show you guys this stuff at lunchtime, because I was looking at my clock wrong, so I have to get started with work. Little update, since I know you all invested at this point, right? So my husband called me like he was about 20 miles from the truck stop, and they sent over a message. So they have like electronic like logs, so it's kind of like it looks kind of like an iPad, probably about that size, also in their trucks, that has a GPS. It has they do everything through that, and they sent over a message saying that the pass was opened. And so I was hoping, because I kept looking at the cameras and I'm like, there's nothing happening. Like, the snow stopped, the road looked clear, but there was no traffic on there. So I think, and I said, well, when I talked to him before, I said, well, hopefully once it gets light outside, then maybe, because it's super, super foggy. And so I think that they had it closed because of the fog and the ice, and people couldn't see. And so I said, well, hopefully once it gets light, then he will, they'll open it up, which they did. So I just looked at where he was at. I am so thankful for that Life 360 app, so I know where he's at. He is still probably about 30 miles from the border. I'm just like watching the camera. So as soon as he gets over the border, he's cleared. Like, it's very short. It's like a span of 11 miles. Once he hits the border, the peak of the summit, so like where it just completely, is the highest peak, is around, I think, milepost 7 or 8, or maybe it's 11. Maybe it is 11. I don't know. Anyway, but between milepost 1 and 11. So once he crosses that border, then he has 11 miles before he is in the clear, and then it just goes to the regular elevation, which is still around 3,000 feet, but it's usually not as bad. So maybe looks like he will get home today after all. I just was like, I'm just here by myself, and as it gets closer to the holidays, and especially closer to the time when I'm not working, it's just such a bummer. And it's just been like a really long week with just so many things happening that I don't know, I just really, really, really wanted him home. So I'm just hoping it works out. I will definitely let you guys know. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of break. My husband has crossed the border, and he is way out of the danger zone as far as the traffic and stuff. So I'm going to do this super quickly on my 10-minute break. Okay, so mostly it's just candy and some little goodies. So you saw my mug. I got that over at my Fred Meyer store, my Kroger store, which is Fred Meyer. And then they had these on sale, which I should have got one more. I forgot that we do 5 gift baskets, so I'll have to pick one up somewhere else. Typically, I get these at Walgreens, because Walgreens almost always does a super good price on these. So typically, that's where I get these. And And I only got 4 because in my mind I was thinking 4, but I actually need 5 because I always get one for my husband. I do a basket for my husband too. So I usually end up getting 5 of them, and I only grabbed 4 because I was just thinking the kids that'll be here. So anyway, they did not. So in the Christmas section, these were all gone. But I went down the regular candy section and they had them. And they were $5.99. These are normally $11.99. Usually Walgreens has them for like $4.99, $5.99. And these are just a favorite. I personally am not a fan of these. I don't know. I'm really weird. Maybe just because I'm not like a huge chocolate fan and these are so chocolatey that I just don't go for these. So I got the caramel and nuts because we literally had 2 different flavors yet, which my son really likes the dark chocolate, so I was kind of bummed I couldn't get him the dark chocolate. This has both. But anytime you're trying to find like Christmas candy, also go down the regular candy aisle because people don't go down there. They just assume that everything's going to be over there in the Christmas candy, and that's not the case. So I got 2 of these and then 2 of the milk chocolate. My husband really likes the milk chocolate. I personally do not like milk chocolate, but anyway, so I got 2 of these ones. So I got 4 of those total. Like I said, I'll have to pick up another one. Now, I did only get 4 of these because my husband does not like this stuff. This is peppermint bark, but this is kind of a favorite with the kids too. So I got a big thing of these. These were on sale for like $3.99 or something like that. And then, of course, I did pick up some more. They did have this at my store, so thank you to my friend at work who told me that they had these at Fred Meyer. So I got 2 of them. They were on sale for $8.99, which was great. So this is the holiday blend. So now I have 4 packs of these, although I've already kind of gone halfway through my other one I got from Target. Then, again, I'm not a fan of these. I don't like the texture of these, but again, they're really good to throw in gift baskets because they're so pretty. So I got the peppermint truffle, white chocolate truffle ones. So I'm going to use these for my kids' gift baskets and then also for my work co-workers and stuff too. So I got 2 of these because these are on sale for like $6.99, which they're normally like, I think, $11.99. And then, if you remember the other day, I got my husband some of those chocolate covered cherries that I was telling you they're disgusting. Well, I told you I thought that brand looked different, and he said they were disgusting, and he loves these. So he said the Queen Anne ones are the way to go. So I picked him up some of those. And because I think I'm going to do some baking, I went ahead and picked up some of the Holiday Blend regular M&Ms because I think I'm going to do something with M&Ms. And then I think I'm going to do the peanut butter blossoms and take some of those to work. And also just give them, I'm going to make each of the kids, their family, just a big like cookie thing. And so I got the kisses to do that. And if I end up don't making them, I bought the kind of the cute ones that I could just throw in gift baskets. If I decide not to make them, then I still got cute ones instead of the regular ones. My stepson really likes Reese's peanut butter stuff, so I'm going to throw some of these in their gift baskets. My favorite scent that comes out this time of year in the Airwicks is the fresh pine and juniper. They only had 1 of these, so I picked up another 2-pack. This is all they had. And my Fred Meyer store is the only place I can find these half the time. Walmart is always sold out. But this is the best scent. So a fresh pine and juniper. So it's time to change mine out. So I'm actually going to do that today. And when I was over here by this section, there was a worker over there and he was talking to me about these. So these are the, like the orange, and then they break up into the little pieces. They're like chocolate orange flavor, and then they break up into the little orange slices. Love these. This one is the dark orange, and then the guy was telling me, he goes, did you know they came out with one with popping candy in it? And I said, that's interesting. I said, I personally think that sounds disgusting. And he says he's had them and they're not good. Well, like he does not like them. Just the chocolate and the popping candy is just weird. And I said, well, I can see my youngest son, my 24-year-old, loving this because he likes these kind of things. And he says it's supposed to be like champagne, because it's like end of the year. So this is the orange with the popping candy. And then the other one was the dark chocolate. My husband also would not like these, so I did not get him one. This one is a toffee one. That's new this year. I have never had the toffee one. They only had one because I wanted to get one for myself to try because I think it would be good, but they only had one. And then they have just the original, the milk chocolate. And then the only besides the Airwicks, I did find these for my stepson's girlfriend. So I'm going to put these in her basket. These are the microfiber makeup remover cloths. I use these and love these. And they had them in like their little like $10 and under section for gifts. Most of that stuff is all like kids stuff, like toys and stuff. But they did kind of have like a home goods section, and this was the only thing in there. But I did pick those up because $6 was a great price for 3 of them. So I'll throw that in her gift basket. And that is everything that I got. Again, I may go to Marshall's tonight, or I may just go tomorrow. I'm thinking it's going to be super busy tomorrow, so that's why I'm thinking I may go tonight. We'll see what my husband feels like doing after he's done driving and stuff, but anyway. And I have to tell you, this sweatshirt is so comfy, y'all. Like, this is my favorite. You may be seeing me wearing this on repeat. I don't care, because I'm going to get my fill out of it this Christmas season. Not only, like I said, is it super cute, I love the color. It's just the perfect green, but it's just so comfy. It's like the perfect oversized. I love it, you guys. So I have to make sure I link it. Don't let me forget. I did buy it on Black Friday. I don't know if I mentioned that. I did buy it during the Black Friday sale. So it is entirely possible that it is a little bit more expensive than what you'd want to spend. I spent, I want to say $13 or $14 on this one, and the other ones that I showed you, the other new one that I've got 3 new ones, and I think they all are under $15. I know one of them now is like $25, because when I did link it, I did notice that. So anyway, that's what we're doing. So it looks like my husband I have a meeting at 1:30, so I'm hoping he gets here before 1:30. But it looks like he's slated to be here close to 12:30. So that'll be perfect because I can just take my lunch at that time. So I'm just kind of watching where he's at and going from there. So yeah. Okay, I've been talking to my son a little bit. Today he was in the ER the other day with they finally diagnosed, like, after like 8 hours, I think, of him being there, finally diagnosed him with gallstones. So he is going to have to get his gallbladder taken out. But he's still been kind of having some residual pain, which they told him since there's no obstruction, he should not be having any pain. But he thinks it's because he was like, throwing up and just had a lot of, and then when they did the ultrasounds and the CAT scan and all that, he said they were really pressing hard on his stomach when they were doing the ultrasound. So he just thinks it's like a lot of muscle pain from all that. But he did spike a little bit of a fever the last couple days. But anyway, he's been like, of course, like looking up things with gallbladder, and he's like, I think I'm going to switch to tea because I've heard that's just a little bit better for you. So he already drinks tea anyway, but I started making me think, I'm like, oh, there we go. He's giving me so many good ideas for his gift basket. So I think I'm going to, do you guys remember I think it was called the Perfect Teapot. I don't remember. It's like way in my coffee bar somewhere. I'd have to find it, but it's one of those things where you can put the loose leaf tea in there, and then you pour, way it fits in there and pours. It's kind of like a French press, but for tea. And you just put it on top of your cup, and it just kind of drains out into your cup. I think I'm going to get him one of those, and then maybe also some loose leaf tea, like the one I have, that you put in your cup, because that way he can take it with him to work. And then I sent him a picture of my new coffee mug, and he mentioned the mug warmer, and he said that he was wondering how those work, and I said it works fabulous, because he was looking at one of those ones that the cup is a warmer, and I said those are ridiculously expensive. This thing works so good. So I may get him one of those so he can try it out and see if he likes it. But there is my 9 minutes and 52 seconds. So my 10-minute break, that was perfect. So I will see you guys later.